Atochin chitab Kalenjin en ketesiet noton nechame nebo Kass TV kakituiye tuan en tetutiet noton nebo Kass Mashinani tun en betutab raini betutab Jumatatu. Kainenyin ko Shadrack Mutai amaketaunen county nebo Kericho kamwa President William Ruto kole makomiten amune age tugul kotakial sukaruk kobun emotinwekab sang mwaet kole en nguni komiten emoni sukaruk cheyomotin.
For the first time in a long while, mwaka huu ulikuwa ni mwaka wa kipekee. Tumezalisha sukari ya kutosha katika taifa letu la Kenya. Kampuni zote 17 sasa zinafanya kazi. Kampuni zingine 4 tumesajili iweze kujengwa, na ekari karibu nusu milioni ingine imeongezeka katika kuzalisha kilimo ya miwa, ndio tuweze kuwa na sukari, tupunguze ile chakula tunaagiza kutoka nje, kwa sababu kila mwaka tunatumia pesa nyingi ya Kenya kununua bidhaa kutoka wakulima wa nchi zingine, na hiyo inatuletea hasara kama taifa. Furaha yangu ni kwamba sasa tutawacha kutumia pesa za Kenya kuagiza vyakula nyingi, tunapunguza ile vyakula tunaagiza kutoka nje.
Tesetai serikalit kosimchin anan kokoito somet koityi emotinwek chebo Africa komuch kokochi kosibet lewenet noton nebo Raila Amolo Odinga kondochi wengeit noton nebo African Union anan AU. En nguni komiten en emet noton nebo Angola. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi kokoito somet koityi emotinwek choton komuch kokochi kosibet Raila Odinga en lewenisiet noton nekiyoe en taunetab Kenya nebo kenyit nenyone.
We have also presented the name of Raila Odinga as the candidate for the AUC chair. He's well known to all the countries and all the participants here, and it was resolved that the Council of Ministers or the regional interministerial committee takes note of his candidacy since he was the only one who was presented at this as we await the elections of the AUC chair in February next year. Equally, if there were other candidates, that has also been resolved that they take note and it will be dealt with in the course of next year. But we also need to note that the term of the executive secretary of this organization has also come to an end. There were candidates who presented themselves from Zambia, from Congo, and Central African Republic. Now it has been resolved that there will be a panel of all nations, of the countries that don't have a candidate, which will be led by the principal secretaries or the permanent secretaries, to finally evaluate the candidacies of those and make a recommendation back to the ministers, who will then submit it with the recommendations to the heads of state summit by early February next year. Yeah. First of all, let me say that this has been a very important conference, because the ILGCR is a very important entity that focuses on peace and security related issues in the region. It's a 12-member organization, 12-state member organization. And what has happened is we have had an opportunity to look at various reports, including peace and security reports, women-related reports, issues on the youth report, and in the process we have also come to the conclusion that early next year there should be the summit of this organization, so that the current chair, which is Angola, can hand over to the next nation or to the next head of state. And it has been basically agreed that we and DRC will go and have a conversation so that one of them can then assume the chairmanship of the organization after Angola.
Kakokoito somet gavana nebo county nebo Kirinyaga Anne Waiguru koityi serikali komuch ketoi tetutiet nelel anan ketoi kibagengeit nelel noton nebo Special Police Unit nemiten en orit noton nebo DCI asikomuch kotoret noton en chikilisiet kotiengei ak yautik chebo baretab kwonyik en emet. Kamwa Waiguru kotestai kolany koitet noton nebo kwony chekibeten sobonwek kou noton konyolu kechutyi en chokyinet en tetutik chebo kerinda kobetetab sobonwek.
We are extremely perturbed by the rise and the number of femicide cases. Just the other day, we had an incident that affected one of us here in Kirinyaga. And we continue to hear of these cases every single day. We thank His Excellency, the President, because he has finally taken some action, but we also are asking for a long-term solution to this issue. I think this issue has a lot more to do than just what meets the eye, and a comprehensive assessment of what is going on in our society needs to be checked. We need to look at the drug usage amongst the young people. We need to look at the issues that are affecting people and anger management in the society so that we can reduce the cases of femicide and also reduce the cases of gender-based violence. We're starting the 16th day of activism this coming week, and during those 16 days, we hope that conversations will happen across the country. Our proposals on solutions will be made, and we hope that the national government will also take this matter very seriously and come up with a comprehensive plan that will see the number that has suddenly shot up come down. We should not be talking about femicide in Kenya or an increase in gender-based violence, and it's really, really disheartening. So in the next 16 days of activism, we are hoping that we will come up with proposals that will give us a lasting solution to this issue of gender-based violence and femicide. I think the issue of femicide should have a special unit within the existing institutional structures, be it at the DCI, be it in the investigative agencies, because of the nature, especially when it's amongst the young people, the nature of this crime, and ensuring that you give protection to those who are state witnesses or are willing to testify or to give information. Because what happens is that when there is a situation like this, even when someone knows the actual, they are also scared for their own lives, and maybe they will not be able to divulge the information or be confident enough to be a witness and still walk free. So we need a special unit that looks into these matters as well.
Katestai kampunit nebo Safaricom ak tetutiet noton nebo sambaza furaha testai kokochi konunotoik kastomaekwak kole amu kole noton ko tokyinetabgei noton nebo chopchinetabgei nebo keboiboenchi igorta choton chemiten en arawet nebo 12.
The showcase of the team has been fantastic. A lot of collaboration across various units in the business to just drive the Sambaza Furaha caravan across. And as we close Mount Kenya, it's only good to say we are passing on the baton to the team that will be going on to Greater Western to continue with the amplification.
We're excited to be here in Tharaka Nithi County in partnership with the county government, M-Pesa Foundation and Safaricom. As you are aware, Safaricom is celebrating Sambaza Furaha, and which is part of its 24 years, giving excellent services to the community in around Kenya. And part of the spreading of goodies is this particular special camp that we're having in partnership with the county government. So we've seen about 1,500 people by 12 noon today, providing them access to care. So people who have NCDs, diabetes, hypertension, are provided access to medication and continuum of care. ensuring that it's not just now, but furthermore. Also, the Sambaza for Raha team will be giving out insurance to 24 deserving people to ensure that they have support to continue their care. So we have a lot of aspects of technology that we've driven in this camp, from the registration process to the triaging. We have multiple tests that were done, cancer screening tests, ultrasounds for women, and etc. So excited to be here. And we've met a very cooperative people in the community, and we'll continually engage them as we create a sustainable pathway towards accessible, affordable health for all.
Kagalam da kampunit nebo Yamaha tetutiet ne lel noton nebo kabeletabgei eng kwenutab tienik noton kobeljingei komuch komong tienik chemuch kondo talendaisiek komondo toretet nebo komong icheket tienwogikwak tetat kotoigei noton eng kasarta nebo arawet agenge nemiten tai ole kibeljingei kondoik cheboto silingisiek 200,000 silingisiek 100,000 en komosterchin en emetab Kenya.
Today, of course, I'm delighted just to launch this second edition. And it also marks the beginning of this exciting journey where creativity and passion take center stage. It is a celebration of freedom, adventure, and also artistry. Just as Yamaha bikes ignite a sense of thrill and exploration, this challenge is here to ignite our soul, mind, and body through creative music expression. Yamaha has been a household name in Kenya, more so in the biking community for decades. And today we take it to the next level. This launch is an opportunity for us to deepen our connection with Yamaha fans across the country, where we are going to be creating excitement and loyalty among our customers. Yamaha is more than an exciting motorbike brand. It's a reliable partner offering high-quality bikes, exceptional service, and genuine parts countrywide. From the dynamic Yamaha MT series and the rugged Yamaha Tenere 700 to the versatile Yamaha DT series, our diverse lineup cutters across to every riding style and preference. Today's event is about more than just launching a competition. It's about empowering the Kenyans to showcase their unique talents and also to share their stories through music and embark on a fulfilling journey in the creative world. Just as music has the power to ignite our souls, Yamaha's tagline of Rev Your Heart resonates deeply. To all the talented Kenyans who will take part in this year's challenge, we eagerly await your submissions and look forward to experiencing your exceptional creativity.
Music, as you all know, transcends boundaries. It connects us, inspires us, and gives us a medium to express ourselves in ways often words cannot. With this challenge, we aim to spotlight the creative synergy between the thrill of Yamaha motorbikes. For decades, Yamaha motorbikes have been key part of Kenya's heritage. Our commitment to providing high-quality motorbikes that meet the diverse needs of Kenyans remains unwavering. And initiatives like this challenge reflect our ongoing dedication, engaging with our customers in meaningful ways. Ladies and gentlemen, as we launch the second edition of this exciting music competition, I would like to invite all Kenyans to take advantage of this opportunity and put their best foot forward so that we can all appreciate the hidden talent amongst us. It is worth noting that Road Music Challenge is part of CFAO Mobility Kenya's long-term agenda of creating a long-lasting avenue to facilitate interaction with our customers across all age groups without any segment feeling left out. This competition is a fulfillment of the said commitment. As we embark on this journey together, I look forward to seeing the innovative performances and original compositions that will emerge from this campaign.
Karutechi County nebo Narok PS kobun Ministry noton nebo somanet Belio Kipsang asikomuch koker tesetab tai nebo teksetab kilasisiek chekisomonen en sukul cheterterchin miten county noton. ole kayat alak chemwaat kele kokimuch kiwong en teksenywan chebo grade 9 en sukulitab Masikonde Primary School en taonit noton nebo Narok. Ng'ololi en sukulinoton bo Masikonde Primary School en taonit nebo Narok komwa PS nebo somanet Belio Kipsang kole tokyinetabgei nebo serikali kokanapta somanet en emoni olekimit kole wendi koborchingei ministry inoton koker kole kanyor kipsomaninik chebo grade 9 korik chemuch koboisien en somanet.
Most sincerely thank all of you for being here as we commissioned these grade 9 classrooms and also monitor the progress that we are making towards our readiness for transition to grade 9 in January. As at now, across the country, government is putting up 11,000 classrooms funded through the Ministry of Education. We are working with the National Government Constituency Development Fund, who are also doing another 7,000 classrooms. We have a special fund which has been allocated to Nairobi County because of their unique circumstances, which is another 1 billion shillings, so that we can all work together towards making sure that we are ready for our children going to grade 9 in January. I also want to confirm, and Mwalimu has just told me, that we have received books for grade 9. And as you are all aware, the CS sometimes back launch the distribution of the core textbooks that will be used by our children in the 9 learning areas. We are going to make sure that we avail a book for every learning area, for every learner. And also there will be teachers' guides, which will support the teachers in preparing for curriculum delivery to these children. The Kenya National Examination Council has also been working very closely with KICD, with the Teacher Service Commission, and with the Ministry of Education to ensure that we build the capacity of our teachers so that they are ready for also delivering to our children, and build the capacity of our teachers to be able to prepare the assessments that are school-based. And as you are aware, going forward with the competence-based education is that we are now spreading assessment of our children to both formative assessment, which is more of the school-based assessment that will be done by our teachers, marked by our teachers in their own environment. And then there will be the summative assessment, which is what you have just asked, and I will be mentioning in a short while. As we go to grade 9, this year is a very critical year for us. 2025 is culmination of all the work that we have done in competence-based education. This is now when everything comes to a critical time, because the year 2025 is the real year that is so important to the basic education subsector, because this is the final year. 2025 will be the final year for both primary and junior, and the critical year that we are going to go to the senior school. And you know, senior school is the final phase of competence-based education at the basic education subsector. So this year is so important to us, this year that we are going to in 2025, because one is that it is the year that we are going to have the final cohort and the full cycle for junior school. Because as you are aware, we did PP1, PP2 as our first cycle, primary school, which is grade 1 to grade 6, which was our second cycle. Now grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9 will be complete in 2025, which is our third cycle. And therefore we shall have finished the first 3 cycles. And in 2026, so next year, we shall use next year to prepare ourselves adequately for the final cycle of competence-based education in the basic education subsector, and that is senior school, because the first cohort going to senior school will happen in 2026. So in 2025, what we want to do is that we want to prepare ourselves for the pathways, because in senior school, it is all about pathways. We have 3 pathways, which is STEM, social sciences, and then creatives and sports. Those will be our 3 pathways. So we are now in junior school preparing our children so that they can identify the areas that they believe they are good in, and our teachers will have prepared them, and also that is the area where the kids will have shown their interest as they move forward. So this 2025 is a very critical year for us to be able to prepare that very important transition. One, again, is that in senior school, as government, we have made a decision that all our senior schools will offer STEM as a pathway, because the future is about hands-on skills. Hands-on skills are either you get them at the university when you do the technical programs, or at our TVET institutions. And therefore, to be able to protect the pipeline to TVET, then all our schools will be offering STEM. And in preparation for that STEM, for all our schools, we have today around 1,600 schools across the country who do not have laboratories. So starting February, we shall be building laboratories in 1,600 schools in preparation for senior school in 2026. We shall also be running simulated assessment papers, model papers, what we always call model papers, so that our kids who are going to grade 9 will be aware of the type of assessment that they'll be doing in November as they prepare to transit to senior school. So on our preparedness, I would want to leave it at that there is a lot of work going on across the country, both by our members of parliament and by ourselves as Ministry of Education. And we shall make sure that before our kids report in January, we shall ensure that each one of them will have a classroom. And we are working with all stakeholders. Our multi-agency team led by our county commissioners will be on the ground to commission and to monitor classrooms which we are putting up for our junior school. As for the examination, we formally closed the examination on Friday. Our cabinet secretary closed it from Nakuru on Friday, and as you are aware, he was able to give the status of the examination. But what I can say from the experience and what I have seen in the past is that this year's exam was run extremely smoothly. The number of incidences were low. I know, and we are still trying to get the numbers. There could have been a slight increase on the number of our girls who did the examination in the hospitals. And this is where now we urge our parents, we urge ourselves as critical stakeholders that there is need for us to protect our culture, so that going into the future, we do not subject them to a situation where they do an exam in an environment that is not favorable. And as you are all aware, these teenage pregnancy cases, in most cases, it is a problem of adults. It is not really a problem of our small boys and girls. So if we commit ourselves as adults that we would want to protect our culture, we would want to protect our daughters, our sisters, then we can be able to sort out these teenage pregnancies. On the small incidences that we had, the CS said we had around 621 students who are found with either unauthorized materials, telephones, and some of those small issues. But again, I want to say, and I'll repeat it, I said it one other time, is that those materials, the people who try to sneak in are adults. Most of it, those kids will not have those things. If our teachers and other adults around the school environment at that time, they are doing examinations, do not facilitate. Sometimes we are told there is a lot of mobilization of resources with having in mind trying to compromise our officers. These resources are not raised by students. These resources are raised by us, the adults, either as parents, as guardians, as teachers, So really, we are committed as Kenyans that we would want to deal with these exam malpractices. It is not a children's problem. It is an adult's problem. So if we as adults commit ourselves and say we would want a better future for our children, as it is today, you know, all of us are standing here today because we did our examinations without interference, without anybody trying to compromise. We need to give these young ones that opportunity also to do the same. So otherwise, we are starting marking. I think we should have started from today. And we have already done and concluded marking for CAPSEA. We are now doing the various reports. There will be the learners report, there will be the school report, and then the national report. So we are working on those reports so that by the time these young ones progress to the next level, they can be advised on areas that they need to improve on. Because CAPSEA is about monitoring learners' progress. So we need to tell the learner the progress they will have made. So by January, we should be able to give every learner their progress report. Give also a school progress report, how the school is doing. And give a national report giving us the overall picture of what is happening. So with those very many remarks, I think I would want to request the county commissioner, unless you have any question. But
kiweksei chitab Kalenjin en Amatian alamache sikebe en nguni akoi county nebo Bomet en Komatian asikenyorun kabarastoindenyon Festus Ron namwa kole miten en keberatan umewalen kotiengei biik chemuch kotindo kewelinwek en borwekwak en county inoton. So kinyoru Festus en Komatian.